All right. I want to welcome everybody to today's live broadcast of the Easy Money Show. As you guys are climbing on, I just want to make sure everything's working here. Make sure we are live. Perfect. Looks like everybody can see me. Good. So do me a favor. As everybody's climbing on, give us a like, comment, tell us your name, where you're from. Want to hear from you guys today on the Easy Money Show. Now, this is the first Easy Money Facebook Live show. And I couldn't be more proud, happy to bring this to you guys today. So here's how this is going to look. Every week, I'm going to share with you between 15, 20 minutes of some of my best stuff on how to go out there and make money making easy. I'm going to show you how things that you can do to implement it, stories that I'm going to share with you are going to be able to help you get clarity around what you can do to go out there and make big things happen. And that's really what the purpose of the Easy Money Show is. It's to help you expand your thinking to think how you can go out there and grow your income, grow your success, freedom, all of those things. And so that's what today's all about. Easy Money Live, where I'm going to show you how to create opportunity out of thin air and dominate your niche. I mean, sounds fun, doesn't it? Why are all those things important? Why create opportunity out of thin air and dominate your niche? Why be here listening to the Easy Money Show? What's the whole purpose of this? For the last 20 years, I've been an entrepreneur, salesperson, commission sales. Like I had to go out and get what is mine every single day. At every single level that I've ever achieved, I've had to go out and get my own. And so along that way, I've learned the why. Why am I doing it? And also working with agents and entrepreneurs around the country, I've also worked with them on why are they doing it? Meaning, what do people want? What do you want? Why are you watching this now? Why are you in sales? Why are you an entrepreneur? Here's what I find. I find that most people do this thing because they want freedom. They want freedom. They want to work. They want to be unemployable. They want to work for themselves. And so this is an important thing to know is why are we doing this and what do we want? And so I want freedom. I want freedom from time, freedom from money. I want to be able to invest my time where I want. I want to be able to pour into my family, pour into my clients, pour into my customers. And I don't want to put a cap on how far I grow. To me, that is freedom. And so as an entrepreneur, if you want freedom, the question is how do we get it? And why do so few people achieve freedom? And that's what Easy Money is about. It's about helping you achieve freedom and how to go about doing it. And so today I'm going to share with you one of the strategies. I'm going to share with you several of these in the Facebook Live, but here's the deal on this is I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to just go on for 30 minutes of talking about nothing. My hope is to give you lots of takeaways, things you can implement, lots of action items in a short period of time. So that's my hope in the Easy Money Show. I don't know about you, but I don't like wasting my time and I don't want to waste your time. And so whenever you do come here, I can assure you that I will give you my best of the best stuff. So I want to take you back where this whole easy money thing started for me. You may say, well, why would somebody call a podcast Easy Money? Well, in fact, I'm writing a book called Easy Money. It's called Easy Money, How to Create Opportunity Out of Thin Air and Dominate Your Niche. Now, some of you may be saying, well, easy money. I mean, making money is not easy, but it is when you know how. And so I'll never forget, whenever I was a kid, I've always been an entrepreneur. And I remember going door to door as a kid all the time, always selling something, a lot like you guys, right? We all have our stories, but I would all the time, mowing grass, scooping snow. And so there was this guy named Jack. He lived across the street from me. And I used to knock on Jack's door all the time. He was like the buyer in the neighborhood, the people that always give the money, always donate, always buy, right? That was Jack. And every time I would go knock on Jack's door, I'd be like, knock, knock. And Jack would say, what are you selling, Easy Money? And he would open his wallet. And so Easy Money is actually a name that I was given at a young age. And it's also the message of the book, a message of what I'm going to cover in this podcast. It's what can we do to make money making easy? And if you know how to do it, making money is easy. It doesn't need to be hard. And that's really what it's about. But it does take work. And that's what I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you get to the front of the line with this podcast. And so, listen, I know people are listening. You're at all different areas. Some of you may not even be an entrepreneur. You may be thinking about starting a business. You may be in sales, real estate, insurance. You may be a coach. You may be a speaker. Whoever you are, listen, I know the struggle of being an entrepreneur. I know the struggle of being a commission salesperson. Literally, like every day, it's like feast or famine. Every day, what do I do? How do I do it? The struggles of getting there, money tight, drying up, fear, all of the emotions that are a part of it. Look, I've been there. And that's the reason that for me, is why I want to help other people. I want to help other people learn from what I've learned on my journey. And so, listen, there's better days. You got to have a model to follow. And today, this is what I hope to share with you. So I want to give you several tips, strategies on how to do this, not only in my book. And by the way, if you want to get signed up for my book, you can go to easymoneysales.com. It's going to be released here soon. You can get to the front of the line and sign up for the early bird. easymoneysales.com. I'm super excited about this book because there's not another book like it. And the book is chock full of lessons that I've learned, but also lessons that I've learned from other people. And so there's not another book like it. So if you're wanting more freedom, this is the path. And then the podcast, I'm going to give you several different lessons throughout it that pertain to Easy Money, but that are from the book. And today I'm going to talk about dominate a niche. So I want you to write this down. Dominate a niche. So if you said, Haas, you have nothing. I'm putting you in an airplane. I'm taking you somewhere and I'm dropping you off, and you got to figure it out. You got to make $100,000 in 6 months, or you got to be in the top 1% of an industry, right? Whatever it is I want. Here's what first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to find a niche that is in alignment with my skills, talents, abilities, and really natural gifts. So what would the niche be? For me, it's sales, right? I've always been natural sales. I love sales. Sales is a great niche. So I'm going to find a niche to go sell in. And so for me, like, I sold real estate. Why? Because real estate's a great niche. And so, and it's a great niche, and is one that will always be there. But here's what I want you to see is the advice that my mentor Jimbo gave me early on. He said, Haas, whatever you do, and whatever niche you choose, and whatever industry you choose, whatever field you choose, stay with it. Don't jump around. You may jump around until you figure out what industry, but don't let that period go too long. Find out where you want to be, invest and spend the next 20 years in that niche. And so early on, I chose real estate. Selling real estate in my early 20s was the niche. My father sold insurance. And so for me, it was a natural thing. I just moved to Texas. I got here, I didn't know anybody. And so I got into real estate. And so that was where I wanted to invest my time. And that was my industry. But within that industry, there's other niches. And so within your industry, there's other niches. So when my first 6 months in real estate, I'll tell you how that went. I was broke. I worked 6 months. I worked 80 hours a week. I was single at the time. I didn't have kids, which was good because I was working 80 hours a week. And literally, I was getting no results. And it was nothing. And I remember how frustrated I was because I was doing what people were telling me to do, but it didn't happen fast enough. And so I had to make a decision, and I had to change. I had to change my approach. I had to change what I was doing. And so I discovered a niche within the niche. And so when I looked at real estate, I said, well, what niches in real estate are alignment with what I'm good at? And so I looked at the industry and I said, well, in real estate, let's say FSBOs would be a good niche, right? Because FSBOs, all of the people in the niche want to sell. Hey, I want to sell. Great niche. Expireds were a great niche. Why? Hey, I want to sell. I already listed my home. The last agent failed to sell the home. Can you sell it? And so when I discovered those two niches, everything changed for me. Everything. I literally went from having no niches my first 6 months to defining my niche and dominating it, and going from no listings to having 30 listings within 30 days, and then became Rookie of the Year my first year selling real estate. If I did not find and define and dominate a niche, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be talking to you. And here's what happens. So I wouldn't be training people on how to do it. I mean, here's the deal. Once I had the niche, I could align my skills with it. And so what I did is I prospected every day. I was marketing to them every day, and I was rewarded for that effort. And so, and that niche saved me. And there's a lot of niches. I mean, some people that sell real estate, their niche may be their sphere of influence, their past clients. It may be the builder niche. So define what your niches are and what niches are you going to dominate. What niche do you dominate? I'll tell you this, if you don't have a niche and nothing comes to mind, I bet you're struggling, because it's hard to be at the top if we're not dominating niches. I'll give you an example of this. So like I told you about Jimbo. So Jimbo was my mentor. He was a millionaire. He took me under his wing whenever I was 16 years old, and he gave me several pieces of advice early on. And one of the first things he told me to do was, he said, start a business because profits are better than wages. And so when I started my first business, it was Pratt Lawns. It's still in business today. Shout out Pratt Lawns, right? Biggest, baddest, awesome lawn service in Missouri. And I started that 20 years ago. And so when I started this business, here's how I did it. And I'll talk more about this throughout how to create opportunity out of thin air, but it didn't exist. So I started calling the white pages of the phone book. And after individual lawn, but then I wanted to find the niches in the business. So what were the niches? You know, at the time, my dad was selling insurance. He still does. And there's these pipelines, right? So there's many companies that have them, but there's these pipelines that are out in the middle of nowhere, and they're either electric or they're either gas, but they have, you guys probably see them going down the road. They have chain link fences around them. And so one day that came to me, and I said, I'd like to figure out how to get into that. And so finding out who they are, and I reached out to them and I said, hey, I'd like to give you a bid on your substations coming up for this spring. And they said, look, we've been having the same guy mow these properties for the last 15 years. So, I mean, he's been doing it, but sure enough, if you want to go give us a quote, then we're happy to do it. He said, but I'll tell you this, the reason he's been doing it for 15 years is because we require a lot of insurance. And the insurance that we require, most people can't afford, or most people, it doesn't make sense for them to get it. And so here's what we need. I'll send it to you, what we need as far as insurance. And I'm sitting there thinking like, shoot, man, my dad sells insurance. This is going to work great, you know? And so he sends me the list of, it was like work comp and all the insurance I need. Long story short, here's what happened. I put together an estimate mowing their substations in Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, Nebraska. And remember, I'm a teenager at this time. I end up getting it. I end up getting this contract, and this was 20 years ago. And this is a niche, right? So it's a niche. It's the reason it exists. This is the opportunity in a niche. 20 years later, it's still with that Pratt Lawns, the company, meaning I negotiated 20 years ago and got it. Today, it still exists. Here's why. And that was my first lesson in riches and niches. So you can write that down. There's riches and niches. Whatever we do, we got to find the niche, because here's what the niche creates. It creates what I call a blue ocean. And I don't know about you, but I like freedom. And I like freedom from time, freedom from money. I like freedom from competition. I don't even like to compete with people. Here's why. Because I don't have competition. I am my only competitor, and I only compete with myself. And that's my mindset. Why? Because, I mean, it's true. Because if I grow, right, and make myself better, I'm going to get better, and there is no competition. However, whenever we create a blue ocean, it eliminates our competition. Here's what I mean by blue ocean. So in any industry, you have where all the competitors are. They're all going. It's the red ocean. They're competing. They're fighting. They're competing. There's blood everywhere, right? It's extremely competitive. And real estate is like that. Meaning, selling real estate is the red ocean. I mean, I operated in that for years. I get it. But there's a blue ocean that you have to create within that red ocean. That's what I'm telling you to look for. And the blue ocean is where the freedom exists. The blue ocean is where there's less stress, there's more freedom. And so where can you find the blue ocean in your business today? And the short answer is find the niche, because the niche will take you away from where all the other sharks are. And here's the deal. There's niches within niches. Okay, I'll give you an example. So in yesterday, for example, I was at a podcast. I did a podcast with a guy, incredible guy. If you guys don't know, Matt Monero, shout out to Matt, great guy. He has a commercial equipment trucking financing company. He's extremely successful, wise, smart. Guy's self-made, built it on his own from zero. So him and I just hit it off. We had a lot of fun with the podcast. And I was looking at his business, and I was looking at it like this. This guy's made millions of dollars in financing, but he has a blue ocean because he's not financing just everything. He's financing a specific piece of a product, a specific product. And so his niche is financing trucks. And so what happens is whenever you know what it is that you do, we're able to cater the message to it. We're able to market to it differently. We're able to find the audience, the list, all of these things. And we're also able to become the expert in the niche, which is the most important part of what I'm going to share with you in the podcast, is how to become the expert to dominate that niche. But the only way we can become the expert is if we know what niche we're going to dominate. And so no matter what industry you're in, I want you to refine the niche if we're going to create more freedom. And here's the other part of this, is in any of these niches, there's pain. There's a pain in the niche. So what do we do to solve the pain? So here's what I mean by this, and I'm going to talk more about this. So I want to talk about real estate. So in real estate, the pain in real estate, let's say the niche I was going after was expired listings, for example. One of the pains in that niche, there's a lot of pains, but one of the pains is lack of marketing. Let me tell you something about that niche. They want aggressive agents. They want an agent that's going to guarantee their results, their performance, they have an aggressive marketing plan. That's what they, pain exists. And so how I was able to dominate the listings in that niche, it wasn't about me. I mean, it wasn't about me because I was brand new to real estate. I knew what the pain that they had, which was lack of marketing. So the question was how do I solve that pain? Is it that I'm a marketing expert? No, because they don't care about me. They care about themselves, their time, and their money. And so instead, I had to solve that problem with the solution. So I created out of thin air. Here's the thing. I want you to pay attention to this. Out of thin air means this. You can create it right now. You don't have to wait for it. You create it. So when you see it, you create it. So I saw that pain existed. So I created a marketing plan that was aggressive, and I branded it. It was called my 89-point marketing plan. And my 89-point marketing plan sells homes that other agents fail to sell fast for the most amount of money. My 89-point marketing plan is the reason we sell 10 times as many homes as the average agent. 89-point marketing plan is the reason, right? In this solution, here's the thing in dominating a niche. It's all about creating the solution that solves the problem. It's that simple. I did that every single time, every single business. Niche, pain, solution, solve it. So what happens is in business and in real estate, in sales and marketing and anything, in coaching, no matter what you're out there doing, if you don't have a niche that you're marketing to, and you don't know what the pain is to the niche, and you don't have a solution to solve it, selling is easy, or selling is hard and is not easy. Selling is easy whenever you know who we're going after, we know what that pain is, and we have the solutions that are going to solve the pain. And so here's what I want you to do. I want you to stay with me throughout this entire podcast, the entire series, because I'm going to dig deeper into this, but I'm going to take you on a path. I'm going to take you through the steps. So like at the end, you're going to be able to say, I got it. But we got to start at the beginning, to freedom, which is dominating a niche. Because remember, we're trying to make money making easy. We're trying to swim out here in the blue ocean, not competing with everybody else. And the only way that we can do that, and the only way we're going to do that, is if we change what we're doing and we get serious about it. But I'm going to give you the formula, because here's the deal. Today I'm living I'm living the life today that I wanted to live 10 years ago. I am. And that's it to me, it's a non-negotiable. Like, I want freedom. I work hard to get it and to keep it. And so for me, it's a non-negotiable. No matter what, I got to have my freedom because I work too hard for it. And so That's what I'm going to help you with. I'm going to show you how to do it quick and easy, not the hard way. You know, you may want to do it the hard way, but look, I'm going to give you the easy way. And so go to easymoneysales.com. I'm going to continue the Facebook live show every single week. I'm going to come in. I'm going to give you some things that you guys can implement right away. So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to sit back. I want you to get clarity around what your niche is. What's the niche that you're going to dominate? What's the pain in that niche? And what is the solution that solves the pain? Let's start there. You guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's, I guess it's the maiden voyage, right, of the Easy Money live show. And so I'm looking forward to it. It's just going to get better and better. It's just going to get more fun. So here we are on Friday. I like Fridays. They're called Freedom Fridays. And that's why I'm doing the Easy Money show today, because it's all about freedom today, you guys. So let's go out there, have an amazing weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. Go out there. You work hard, so enjoy it. But go out there and make big things happen. Thanks for joining me today. Take care.